Hello, Pisces. Welcome and welcome back. I have a message for you that Spirit wants you to know about reading in between the lines. That's what the message is. I was trying to figure out what the reading was going to be, or what focus we should have on this reading. And basically, it was what you need to be aware of so that you can know when and how to pivot. Okay? What you need to be aware of. The situation, first of all. What you need to be aware of in that situation. And when and how you should pivot. So that's what we're going to do. Y'all be sure to like and subscribe to continue to catch the vibe. Thank you guys so much for your support. Everybody who's liking the video, subscribing to the channel, contributing, donating to the channel, contributing through your donations, all of that type of stuff. Thank you to everyone who's trusted me to do your readings over the last few weeks and months. I really appreciate it, you guys. Anything you need to know is going to be below in the description box. And if you gain anything positive from this reading, please reciprocate that energy by liking the video and maybe leaving a comment. That's free, right? And if you feel so inclined, we have a Venmo, a PayPal, and a Zelle that really helps out the channel. It's going to be like this for a while where I'm going to be talking about it because there's just a lot of things going on, you guys. And I want to keep bringing you these messages to help you navigate your situations as best as I possibly can. So that is a great way to help out the channel. And if you've already donated, don't feel obligated to donate again. Or if you don't have it to donate, don't feel bad that you don't have it. Just participate through either sharing the content, liking the video, subscribing to the channel, and engaging. Okay? Thank you guys so much. Shout out to all my members and all of my subscribers already here. Let's get into it for you. Guardian angels, archangels, spirit guides, and ancestors. Okay. Of the highest vibration. Father, Mother, God for Pisces. When it comes to their situation, what they need to be aware of that could be coming up. How and when they should pivot. When and how. Okay. Ooh, excuse me. The burp's just gonna come, y'all. Shout out to all of y'all who laugh at my burps. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's like I also heard, what did I say at the beginning? I can't even remember. It done already left. Yeah, it's something about how however crazy something gets, or however disorganized or out of control something gets, you are going to be able to pivot. Okay, so let's just see. What does Pisces need to be aware of, Spirit, in the near future? Sweet nothings. All talk and no action. See beyond the flattery. Okay, being easily seduced. That's a lot of that is going around. Warning, your ex could be unstable in things. Carefully protect yourself. Harping. Won't let go of the issue. Dwelling on the past. Need to release the anger. So you have someone from your past who's going to try to sweet talk you into believing that they're over something and they're not over it. But you are. Because I just heard over it. What else? Renewed. Releasing a heavy burden. Feeling sexy and alive. Enduring despite hardship. Yeah, so I just heard, ain't nobody gonna break my stride, ain't nobody gonna hold me down, oh no, I got to keep on moving. I don't even know who made that song. I just know the song. I don't even know them the right words. Entrapment. Yeah, releasing a heavy burden. Whatever you were entrapping yourself in, you released that. Whatever somebody was trying to entrap you in or make you feel entrapped in, you released it because you let the burden go. It's not your responsibility. It's not your bag to carry. You ain't the bag, lady. Okay? Vacation, yeah. This gonna be a long vacation. I feel like you're gonna keep extending your vacation from whoever this person is. What else does Pisces need to be aware of? Beacon. So you're on this. These all are part of the Healing Heart Journey cards. These are Healing Heart Journey cards by Midnight Oracle. I got these off Etsy. Beacon, seeing a ray of hope, a way out of the situation, able to stand your ground. Ooh, excuse me. Depression. Yeah. A hopeless situation is no longer as hopeless as it was. Starting a family. Yeah, so you see the light shining on a new beginning that's possible for you. You can see it. You can feel it. You see land in the distance. Yeah, somebody is poisonous. That girl is poison. Poison, poison, poison. Okay, because it's glowing. It's like honey and sweetness, but it's poison. I got that from this mushroom because I was just watching a video on YouTube with this girl who was talking about these mushrooms that look like lanterns, and they're orange, but they have these gills on them. And I think the gills on the mushroom, which are these like little parts right here that look like strings or whatever, they are what signifies if the my neck and my back, it felt like it was pinching me. Yeah, it's like a bite. Getting bit by a poisonous spider, even though spiders aren't out here. But it's like being stung by a bee. Or eating a poisonous mushroom. It's like that's what this person is. Pandora's box. The forbidden fruit. Somebody's trying to lure you into... Yeah, karmic. Look at that. They're trying to lure you into this poison or this trap. And it's a karmic situation. Okay, third party relationship lesson. So this person is outside or disconnected from you and your higher self. They're a third party. Fed up, over it, not having it. Frustrated. I'm not having this with you. Graduation day, leveling up, lessons learned, acquired wisdom. See what I'm saying? Look, you got fed up. You were over it. You were frustrated. You're not having this bullshit. That looked like the Megan Thee Stallion album, the way they did that photography right there. What was that album called? Hold on real quick. Let me check. Wasn't it called Traumazine or something? I think it was. Called Traumazine. Let me click on her picture real quick. Yeah, Traumazine. That's what it was. So that's crazy. The trauma, you were over it. Being re-traumatized over and over, and including this person in your destiny with your higher self and you. So you got fed up with this karmic situation. Somebody might have even had you in third parties. Whatever. But the relationship was a lesson, and your graduating spirit is telling you you're graduating. You're leveling up because you learned the lesson, you acquired the wisdom, and you are in a place now where you've healed the trauma, where you're not going to deal with it again. And they're confident that when you say what you say now about being healed from it or moving on from it or not going back to it, your spirit team believes you because your actions have now adjusted. Okay. TikTok, deadline, procrastination, too busy. Yeah. I feel like what this is saying is like you have deadlines that you have to meet. You have obligations that you have to adhere to. You're on time. You're on a time limit. You don't have time to be playing around with this person. It's too much time that has been spent playing around with this person. And you've waited too long, or not necessarily. I feel like everything happens in divine timing. But anyway, you spent too much time and energy and effort already fucking around with the fuck arounds with this person. You too busy. You booked. You got too much going on to be worried about this person. And I feel like that's what's bringing you hope in a situation that felt hopeless. Is because the rays of light are starting to shine through and guide you to where you need to go. And where you need to invest your energy or where you need to put your energy. Okay. Recalling memories, missing someone, reminiscing. Sneaky link, hidden lover, low-key situationship, side piece. Yeah. Some of you were on the side with somebody who was married or in a relationship for a long time. You learned the lesson you need to learn from that. Some of you guys were the main relationship and somebody has somebody else on the side. You learn what you need to learn from that. Some of you were in a situation where this person's family was the third party, or they were the third party in what you were trying to build to get to your higher self. And they were infiltrating that relationship between you and your higher self. And they found a sneaky way to try to keep you connected to them. And that was through getting you to reminisce about things or getting you to think about things over and over from the past that were no longer relevant. Yep. But the World card, Seven of Cups and Chariot, basically says that you're putting an end to the confusion or the questions about what you should do about the situation. You're putting an end to all of that. That cycle is over with. Where you were confused about how you should move forward. You know how you should move forward. I just got that you were torn, but I was seeing it as you tearing up like a soul contract with somebody in the spiritual realm. I feel like the spiritual contract or the soul contract that you had with this person got torn. You tore it up. You tore up the soul contract. That's exactly what it is. I can't even remember what I said in the beginning. Anyway, okay, they said shuffle one more time. Okay. The moon is at the bottom. The situation, what spirit wants you to be ready for or expect, the Seven of Swords. Ooh. When you need to pivot, how you need to pivot. Seven is significant. So you may have seen signs of this. Somebody is not good at covering up their tracks. Somebody is not good at hiding their manipulation. So you may have seen signs of this in July. All right. You may have seen signs of this in July. Okay. But this could also be a spiritual warning, giving you a heads up. The Hierophant is a 5 and the Four of Wands is a 4. So this is a result of you having that forward progress, reaching some level of success, being protected by spirit, being given what it is that you need. Them not being able to slow you down. So what you need to know, or the situation that's going on right now is that you are very consistent. You have some type of consistency, or you have some type of dedication to something that's very unwavering. Your focus is not easily broken. You're in a meditative state spiritually where you can only see a certain reality because that's what your psyche is creating. Okay, the moon. Ooh, excuse me. And the death card, Scorpio, Cancer, Taurus, maybe Libra. I feel like the spell that someone had on you that made you afraid to finally cut this little string of a cord is broken. Concentration. Something about concentration. What you need to be prepared for, or what's going to cause this pivot, is the Seven of Swords. Somebody's doing something behind the scenes. Sneaking and geeking. Definitely sneaky energy. I feel like you have been stuck, not necessarily dealing with this person or stuck on this person, but thinking about the time that you wasted. And that's been a distraction. And now that is changing as well. When you need to pivot, more than likely, is the full moon in Aries. So when is that? It could be in April next year. Cancer, Scorpio. Let's see. The full moon in Aries is in October. That's Scorpio season, ain't it? Well, it's kind of Libra season, but anyway, the full moon in Aries is October 7th, 2025. You're going to need to pivot. You may need to move or change your home address. You may need to be very secretive about your movements, your relationships, the connections that you're building, the accomplishments that you're making, because that cord is still going to be connected in some way, shape, or form. And I don't think that you can disconnect it. It's kind of like when you nullify or void a contract, there's a certain grace period where someone can appeal, or you get what I'm saying? So it's like they want you to keep these things secret. Or around that time of the full moon in Aries, you're going to have to pivot. And the way that you pivot is by hiding what you're investing in so that the transformation can take place in secret. We're going to just leave this over here. I'm going to use a different deck. Oh, let's just use the trusty Old Faithful. Yeah, Cancer energy, Scorpio energy, Taurus, and Libra. Yeah. So we're in August, September, October. So this is like 2 months away. What's this Hierophant for the situation? 3 of Pentacles. Ace of Swords. Knight of Cups. Some of you are having victory when it comes to your work. I feel like you're sacrificing. You're just sacrificing short-term pleasure or short-term vindication, short-term validation for a long-term goal that you want to reach. And you're building a stable foundation with consistency. You're consistently working on something and it's creating a victory for you, because that's how you're manifesting something into reality from the dream space. You're meditating it into reality. But this could just be like, it could be your belief system, with the Knight of Cups being a Cups energy, which is more emotionally based, and the Pentacles being more tangible, the Swords being mental. It's like you're using your mental and emotional strength to manifest something tangibly into reality through this space of like deep meditation or devotion or consistency or a strong belief that it will become true, right? Whatever that is for you. What's the 3 of Pentacles? The 4 of Swords, kind of in reverse, baby. Queen of Wands. Emperor. But I feel like, yeah, you were communicating with somebody about what moves you were making and you stopped doing that. You were consistently like telling someone what moves you were making or what you were working on, or I don't know what this is, but it kind of feels like you trusted this person. Maybe they were an advisor. Maybe there's somebody who was stealing from you. This could be a mentor that you thought you could trust. You can't trust them. This could be someone, okay. A person who's in a superior position, an Aries energy, possibly a feminine who's very masculine, or possibly someone who just is maybe older than you, or they're using some type of game against you that you weren't aware of. But just you believing in yourself makes you protected from this situation. You were confident that not speaking to someone or cutting off communication with someone would lead to a victory over their petty behavior, over their controlling behavior, over their desire to win at all costs. You were confident that cutting off communication was going to lead to a victory here. And I feel like you're about to see that because you kept up with it. It's like if you block someone or you cut somebody off, you knew that that was going to be the key basically to you not being affected by whatever games that they were playing. Okay. Now, what you need to be aware of, this 7 of Swords. What is the 7 of Swords? 6 of Wands. So somebody's going to try to distract you from the fact that that actually worked. That's what it is. They're going to try to distract you from believing that you cutting off communication, or you choosing peace over petty vengeful violence or back and forth tit for tat, they're going to try to make you think that that's not working. They're going to try to deceive you into thinking that they still have power. Yeah, Page of Wands, Nine of Swords. They're going to try to make you think that you still can't have success. They're paying attention. They know what you do when you're ready to be successful, and they can see the signs that you're going to be successful, and it's making them anxious. So they have to do a lot of moving around behind the scenes that you can't see. But it doesn't change what you're doing. You have your eyes closed to that because you don't want to be distracted by it. You have your back turned to it because you don't want to be distracted by it. You sense it and you recognize it, but you're not going to pay attention to it. That's a part of what you're sacrificing as well. Because I feel like in the past, a lot of you guys were like, I know what you're doing, bitch. No. You're not doing all that. You ain't got time to invest in that, because that in itself gives them vindication and validation for their petty behavior. That's you vibrating on their wavelength when you are literally dimming yourself or lowering yourself to be there. So this person confirms or knows the signs of success when they happen in your life. But I feel like this time it caught them off guard. Because maybe you've said before, I'm leaving you, I'm finna go, I'm finna divorce you, I'm finna quit, I'm finna do this. Whatever it is that you've been threatening to do, it for some reason this time, this person knows that you're going to succeed. They know that it's going to work out for you. Because something about how you did it this time caught them off guard. Maybe you didn't argue. Maybe you didn't say anything. Maybe you left in the middle of the night and was just gone. But this person knows that now they're starting to see. So what Spirit is telling you is like, hey, whatever you've been doing to stay focused on what you're doing, whoever you've been protecting yourself from and creating this, invisibility cloak from, is starting to pick up that you're invisible somewhere in the room. You get what I'm saying? Kind of like when Professor, what's his name? Snape or something like that? Professor whoever in Harry Potter was like grasping. Well, I know I just shook the camera, but he was grasping at like the air because he could sense that somebody was in there. But Harry was able to avert that. That's what Spirit is trying to tell you. You may have to move in the darkness. And I feel like that's what was scaring you from breaking free of this before. Ooh. Yep. Page of Swords, Ten of Wands, King of Wands, Six of Swords, King of Cups. Somebody is wanting you to be pushed overboard out of whatever vehicle or vessel that you're using to navigate and traverse these tumultuous waters. Their goal is to try to see where you're going and what you're doing so they can force you into a corner. Ooh. And whoever this is very anxious about whether or not you're going to succeed. They're worried, truthfully. All these blue cards, and then she's wearing blue in the Seven of Swords. So that's like throat chakra energy, mental energy. I see that as the throat chakra. Also, blue is a color of like healing energy, or it's a color of like, when I watch Outlander, she has that like gift of sight, and it's always like this blue aura around her. So it's kind of like this person feels your energy growing stronger from watching the horizon. I don't know how to say this, but baby, the horizon is here, okay? The rising They know you're about to rise up. The rising was when, when the Scottish people rose up against the crown. There were several times that they rose up. And it's like, if this person knows that if they can distract you from your goal and make you fearful in some way, that they can stop you. But I feel like you left and they don't have any type of trail on you. So that's the situation, is this person is searching high and low to find you before you succeed, so that they can reaffirm and reconfirm the doubts that they're able to implant in your mind. So when you need to pivot, Four of Wands. Why is the Four of Wands here for when Pisces needs to pivot? Magician, yep. And the Seven of Cups. Look at this. The spell, the manipulation, the casting of shadows, with the Page of Cups kind of sideways. It's more so in the upright, so I'm going to take it upright. But it feels like it was going in the reverse. This person does not need to know where you live. They don't need to know who you're talking to or who you're connecting with. They're going to try to send energy from wherever they are and focus on you so that they can see you. They have some type of scrying technique that they use to see you. Even if this person don't know what the fuck they doing, bro. I'm telling you. They have some way of focusing on you and thinking about you. Maybe they smoke. I don't know. Maybe they drink. I don't know. Maybe there's something that y'all used to do together that you still do. And that's why Spirit is like, you need to get rid of these extra things that, create this connection. I don't know what this is, but this is somebody scrying or casting some type of illusions to make you feel delusional about this relationship. This could be sending messages. This could be sending feelings towards you, thinking about you all the time. You get what I'm saying? Because this is the thing with the Page of Wands. They know when you're getting closer to success. They know how to throw you off. They know how to create situations that you may not even know that they're creating, or situations that they may not even know are actually happening to you, but they're reaffirmed and confirmed when you come back around, or when you say something crazy to them. Or it's like, if you don't understand what I'm saying, I can't help you, okay? I'm trying to explain it the best I can. So you get what I'm saying? Like, you have to stop underestimating these motherfuckers out here, okay? Stop acting like just because they don't watch tarot like you, or because some of y'all know that they do, but some of y'all think that these people are unable to pick up on your energy. And I'm here to tell your ass that that's why this shit keeps happening. They might be looking at old pictures of you and you feel them pulling on you. They might be, it's not no, let's be friends. Somebody saying, oh, let's work it out. Let's work it out. Let's be friends. Let's just, no, ain't none of that fuck shit going on. Page of Cups reverse. Because they know that you like to be delusional in your mind, thinking that something is going to get better when they know it's not, and they can keep manipulating you like that. And I'm sorry if it hurts your feelings, but I'm not trying to hurt your feelings. I'm trying to save you from this bullshit. Because Spirit believes that you're serious. Now, Spirit is like, nah, this time I know my child is going to get it together. Source, God, Spirit, whoever you pray to. They're like, nah, we finna show them the way. And if you found this channel randomly, especially on this reading, I'm really talking to your ass. Because where the fuck did I come from? You get what I'm saying? So get past whatever you need to get past to see through to the message that Spirit is trying to give you. And I just heard I'm only going to tell your ass once. Okay. Play with them if you want to. Because they believe in you. And I'm not saying your spirit team didn't believe in you before. But there's certain things that we can do to make spirit feel like we're not ready. They feel like you're ready now. The poison, the games, the manipulation, it done wore off. Don't be delusional around that time of the full moon in Aries. Whether it's provocation, whether it's anger, whether it's fear, don't let that affect you. So what it says is the feeling of uncertainty can make you solve problems faster than is natural. Do not rush as if there was a deadline. Try to slow down so you can decide what you want to do and proceed at your own comfortable pace. There is no deadline. That's the memory of this person sneakily linking through the cord back to you and manipulating your thoughts and your mind. You don't have to rush shit. They're going to try to make you think you do, but you don't. Don't be delusional. What's the Page of Cups reversed with this 4 of Wands? 7 of Swords. God dang. They're about to sneak. They're going around that time. There's certain things that are going to sneak into your subconscious. It could be seasonal. Okay, with the 4 of Wands. It could be something seasonal. Okay. 10 of Pentacles, Justice. This is their long-term strategy to manipulate you into a place of mental dysfunction through illusions, delusions, making you think something is there when it's not, making you hear their voice when they might be out at the moon. This motherfucker could be the most goofiest, dumbest motherfucker that you ever seen in your life. If they knew how to use their gifts for good, and if they were actually a good person, they would be very powerful. This motherfucker might be out howling at the moon or screaming your name at the moon. You will feel it reverberate through your soul. People do weird shit, bro. And a lot of times you don't know what people have seen when they was growing up. You don't know what people have been through with their family. You don't know who is in cahoots with these motherfuckers. And they gonna try to trick you off your square. What's this 4 of Wands? But I don't think they're doing it in your face. It feels like they're more so doing it in your emotions with these feelings. Okay, 2 of Pentacles. Keeping you in this perpetual state of distraction. And it's like, when you need to pivot is also a time when you start to question yourself, 2 of Pentacles. Like you start to feel like you're crazy for believing that you can accomplish something. You start to feel like you need them again, or you can't do it without them again. That's when it's going to kick in. When you feel discouraged because you can't get your kids a Halloween costume and it's the beginning of October and you looking at your money like, damn. Or when you're thinking about the things that are going on at their school, or things that you feel like you can't afford, or even your rent that month. Or if you're single, right? You may have a little extra money coming in. 10 of Pentacles, Justice. And because this person has made you feel like you had to deny yourself of things that you deserve for so long, don't overspend because you feel like, oh, fuck this motherfucker. I deserve to spend this money on this because, and then end up fucking yourself up the next month. because I ain't had this and I ain't had that. If you had that mentality, you would constantly be in debt. And that's what part of the issue is. Hierophant. So the card's starting to repeat now. This is a situation as well where you're going to have to be very goal oriented, very passionate about what it is that you want, and keep your eye on the prize that you want to achieve so that you don't deviate from your strategy. This is not just about another person. Whatever you want, whatever you feel like you've been waiting for all this time, whatever you feel like you've been deprived of, ain't going no fucking where. And Spirit is telling you, like, hey, don't shoot yourself in the foot. Don't cut off your nose to spite your face because you think you got to get everything done right now. Create a plan. Make a list if you have to. And be very determined to see it through to the end, because some of y'all, this don't involve nobody. And the ghosts of whatever they did to you are fooling you into thinking that whatever hardship you're going through is because of them, but it's really because of you. Because when you get your hands on some money, or you get some type of reprieve or respite from your struggles, you immediately go and put yourself back in the same predicament. Don't let a large sum of money or extra money in your check or hours that you know you worked on overtime distract you or trick you off your square when it comes to spending your money before you get it. When it comes to overestimating what you have and overspending. All right. Be mad if you want to. I don't care. I told you that's my job. Spirit told me to tell you. Okay. How? So how do you pivot? Saving, putting stuff aside, investing. What's the Seven of Pentacles? Magician reverse. Not falling for even if this is like social manipulation, societal manipulation, believing that you have to force it or do something crazy to be successful. That you have to keep up an image. Especially for surgery and things like that. Don't take so how are you going to pivot? Wait. Seven of Pentacles, they're telling you don't take action. Or just don't tell people what you got planned. Something like that. Queen of Pentacles, Five of Pentacles. When you receive this material gain, financial gain, tangible resource, understand the value of it. And don't let people, first of all, know that you have it. And second of all, don't spend it right away. Save it, put it aside. What's the Magician reverse with the Seven of Pentacles? King of Swords. Yeah. It's definitely somebody, it feels like somebody's manipulation. Yep, Five of Swords. That's crazy. So there's a message that's going to come through or some type of confirmation that you're going to receive. Either something is growing or you're going to see something on your phone, in your account, whatever, that's going to confirm to you that this King of Swords is chasing after you, or they're angry that you got away. I feel like they're going to try to get you to expose something or tell them what's really going on by getting you to try to put something out in the open, and Spirit is telling you don't do that. What's the Magician reversed in the King of Swords, Seven of Pentacles, King of Cups? Yeah, they want you to be, it feels like they want you to be very stoic or silent about what's going on. The King of Cups, King of Swords is somebody who is very slow to react or respond, very calculated. They don't become triggered easily with mental or emotional games. It just feels like they want you to wait to take action. That's what I'm getting mostly from this. And be mindful of like letting people know what's really going on. Be mindful of who you tell about where you live, where you move to, what your financial situation is. If you got a new job, like there's some type of sneaky connection that this person is trying to make back to you in this situation, either psychically, emotionally, mentally, or physically through another person or through you somehow. Seven of Wands, Queen of Pentacles. Stay calm, cool, and collected. Because whoever this motherfucker is going to show their hand. And Spirit wants you to expect the unexpected. Because I feel like somebody, with that Five of Swords, King of Swords, somebody is going to do something very conniving. And they don't want you to react or respond. Whether it's you doing things to self-sabotage or you doing things to retaliate. You don't have to rush. There's no rush for you to pay that bill off. There's no rush for you to handle whatever that is that you feel like you need to handle right now. It's not as important as what you think. Seven of Wands, Seven of Pentacles, Seven of Swords. Yeah, because it's an illusion. We saw that magician with the Seven of Cups. Somebody may even reveal what they did to undermine you. They may even tell you, yeah, bitch, I fucking did this. I told your kids about you. Yeah, my mama said da 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 da. Yeah, I went to the boss and told him about your ass, bitch. Listen, I'm telling you, somebody is on their last stitch attempt to get you in a vulnerable position and make you react or respond to what they're doing or what they're saying. But maintain your strategy. Don't be fucking delusional. Even if somebody's coming to you all nice, that may be their approach at first. And when you don't respond, they may get nasty. Somebody might be nice, nasty. Especially if it's in a corporate environment, they can't cuss you out how they want to. But they may send an email. You know what I mean? Like, it could be situations like that that provoke you into a reaction or response. But do not be distracted. Because you are protected from whatever they're threatening you with or whatever they're trying to make you think you have to turn around and look at. Can you give any more clarity for Pisces, please? Seer. You know the truth about your situation. Believe in your psychic powers and follow your hunches as it leads you forward. Stay consistent with your strategy and continue to invest. Because Spirit is warning you now about this so you won't get caught off guard or thrown off track. Storyteller, communicate your ideas to a larger audience and persuade them to your side. The words you speak have power and impact. I also feel like how you pivot is by possibly speaking protection over yourself to negate whatever this person is doing with this magician. Or exposing what they're doing, but not in a combative way. Like, if the opportunity presents itself, if you find yourself in a situation where you need to speak up to protect what is valuable or rightfully belonging to you, don't hesitate to do that. It may be time to pull out the receipts, okay? The romantic, careful not to ignore reality in favor of your romanticized version of love, or you may have a tough time in the dating world. That's just talking about what I said about being delusional with someone's manipulation. But even if this is not you speaking about what happened to you, the storyteller card is saying that you have the power to not only persuade others to your side, but convince yourself that what you see psychically is real. And even if you are being delusional, that may be a part of your strategy to maintain this momentum that you have. So know yourself, because if I say anything or any of these other motherfuckers out here say anything that negate what you feel is right within your spirit, why the fuck would you let any of us tell you different than what you already know in your spirit? That's why I say go with what you know. I said what I said. Let's get some kips. Some kips. Again, Taurus, Libra, Cancer, Scorpio, Aries, Aquarius, Gemini, maybe even Sagittarius, Leo. Yeah, and Libra. Libra, for real. Any further clarity for Pisces when it comes to these messages? House. So there's something about a physical home or property. Courthouse. Journey. Some of you guys may have to take a trip. Somebody will feel like it's trying to find out where you live through some type of court documents that you file, or what your comings and goings are. Somebody might be trying to come to your house, but there's a fence around the home, so they're not going to be able to get in. Either you live in a gated community, or if you don't, it's like spirit is putting this layer of protection around you. They're not going to be able to find you. What else? Occupation. Yeah. If you have a home-based business, someone could be trying to look up your business address and find you through your business address. And that's how they keep finding where you live. But I feel like something is going to change, or there's something that's preventing them from seeing it. It's really not for you to be scared. Yeah. Look, the coffin card and the concern card, which both show light coming through the window, which signifies hope and indicates that a situation is not as bad as what it seems. The coffin says that something is ending and that there is light at the end of the tunnel, even after a situation's come to an end or a close. And the concern card says whatever you're worrying about is not necessary for you to worry about it as much as you are. And even if it looks bad right now, it's not going to actually end up being that way. And I feel like this is something about your business, or something about your light shining through. I feel like this person is concerned, first of all, that they're not able to figure out where you live or where you work. And second of all, they're worried that your light is going to shine through now that you have this layer of protection on you. Courtship just fell out with message and gift. Yeah, so there's communication that's coming in that has either not been received by you yet, or that's not been sent yet. There's something that you could be discovering that you did not know because you haven't read your emails or your mail. And you're going to find out that there's a gift there for you, or that spirit was looking out for you in some way, shape, or form. This could also be information that's being gathered where the investigation or the information being gathered is not yet complete. And someone is receiving the last bit of information that they need. They're going to assess it, process it, and then that will move this process forward. Community, courthouse. Yeah. I also feel like you're gaining some type of traction within your community for what it is that you do. Whether this is a business that you've legally created, or this is just a hobby that you enjoy, that people are getting to know you for. Okay? This is what you do. Concern. Yep. Thoughts. Yep. I feel like the concern is not yours. The concern, which I also spoke about earlier, feels like it's this person who is thinking about whatever unfinished business that they feel like they have with you, and worried that you're receiving something that they never wanted you to know that you were supposed to receive. Distant horizons and poverty. You're releasing yourself from this The chains of poverty are being broken. The chains of you being trapped and stuck in a dangerous situation or being used for your gifts or abilities is being broken. And I feel like this person could be receiving something in the mail or seeing some type of news about what it is that you do, seeing you on the news maybe. Someone could be interviewing you. Yeah, this person is gathering information and finding out. Yeah, from someone close to them possibly as well. Hold on. Is that the bus? No, that's the trash. All right, because I'm sick of these goddamn buses. But anyway, someone close to this person is trying to gather information on you to take back to them. So again, there's that sneaky link trying to create interference. There's also someone close to this person who could have found out. It's about to be loud as hell. But there's someone close to this person who could have found out about what's going on with you, and they're telling this person about it, and them hearing the news from someone close to them or through the grapevine is upsetting them. Okay, see what I'm saying? You see how this just randomly, when we about to be done, here they go with this loud ass shit, and they just bang it. They just keep banging it against the truck to get all the trash out. It's a big old dumpster. Somebody really trying to make a ruckus. They really trying to make a ruckus up in here and cause problems. But again, 7 of Wands and the fence around this house, you're protected. Just don't react or respond. Journey. And the mature woman. There's an older woman around this person who's gathering information on you, where you're going, what you're doing, what your whereabouts are, things that they're hearing, but it's not anything that they can use personally against you. It's just gossip or things that they hear through the grapevine or places where they've seen you at. Like they may have seen you in an article. You know how they showcase people in articles in magazines or in their local newspaper, or people are on the news, or there's some type of viral situation where, you know, you're being recognized or you're being pointed out in the community. And I feel like people are starting to get back to this person and tell them about these things, about what you're receiving, about what it is that you're doing. And I feel like they're going to feel like there's unfinished business because now they have all this information that they gathered. That's what that's what this person does. Whenever you're not around, they go around and ask about you and gather information on you and, you know, ask people what they think and go to their connections and try to keep tabs on you so that they have some type of information to possibly use against you, hang over your head, or just know have in their back pocket so that when they come to you, they can get you to question things and be worried about things. And, you know, that type of, when you have that crazy person who don't want to let you go and they like, you know, that they want you to feel like they're around watching you. Okay. They want you to feel like they're always lurking somewhere. Like they always going to see what you're doing and know what you're doing. Okay. Well, let that bitch know. You get what I'm saying? And don't react and respond off of it, but walk around with your head held high. Because I'll tell y'all, when my ex-husband left the house, I tell y'all all the time, he left half of his shit in the house to intimidate me into still feeling his fucking presence. And back then I was nice and I didn't throw shit in the trash. But these days, I learned from that. No, you going to get your raggedy energy and all your shit up out my house. Thank you. You either pick it up off the curb or the trash going to come get it. I don't give a fuck. Whichever way it goes. And you can ask the people close to me. I got a friend right now who she already know. If I asked her to tell y'all, what do I do when I want somebody out? What do? I put they shit out. And when she was trying to put somebody out, I'm not trying to tell her business, but when she was trying to put somebody out, she was so nice and kind about it. But recently it was something that was still hanging on, literally. And she was like, oh, they came and picked that up. I said, okay, period. Snap, snap. Cause I give you the courtesy to let you know your shit is out on the curb. But I don't owe you no loyalty. You can either come get your shit, or the trash man gonna come and get it, and you can go to the dump and try to find it. That's on you. And that's interesting that trash truck just came. But that's what happened. When I was nice, he left all his shit in the house and wanted me to still look at his raggedy alligator shoes and wrinkled up leisure suit and whatever else things that he didn't deem as immediately necessary that he could leave there to keep that imprint in my mind of him and his presence. Then what happened? He bust through my front door. The only reason why he did it was because my kids wasn't there. He bust through my front door with his brother with a fucking mask on. He didn't have a mask on with his goofy ass. That's why he went to jail for that shit. And he couldn't have no violent contact with me for 10 years or however long. Because you being domestic, idiot. But the brother bust through with the gun and the fucking ski mask. And they didn't kick my door in. So they thought they was slick. Oh, it ain't breaking and entering. But you vacated the premises and took your shit. And your name is no longer on the lease, but you refused to give me back the key. And we was in the hood. So they wasn't about to come change the locks. So you unlock the door and you bust in trying to scare the shit out of folks. Because you've been watching my house and you see the comings and goings and you feeling some type of way. And because I don't give a damn to watch you, I know where you at, but you know I don't fucking care. And I'm not going to be watching you at your mama's house. You got to come watch me and bust in because you ain't got nothing better to do with yourself on nigga behavior. So you get nigga results and you take your ass to jail. And now you got a record. But then you try to use that and say, oh, I can't find a good job because I got a record. I can't pay child support because I can't find a real job. No, get the fuck out my face. I don't give a damn about none of that shit. You want me to have sympathy for the things that you did. The only reason why I'm telling y'all this is because when people do shit like that, that is a mental and emotional manipulation tactic to have you walking around looking over your shoulder scared like you did something wrong when you didn't do nothing but leave. When you didn't do nothing but live your life to the fullest. When you didn't do nothing but choose yourself. So I'm telling you, stop looking over your shoulder. You ain't got nothing to worry. I don't care if they raggedy sister, cousin, brother, mama, daddy, dusty ass is watching you. You keep on stepping. I don't know what's gotten into me today, honey, but that's what Spirit trying to tell you. And don't let none of their behavior get you to react and respond in a crazy way. Now, if you need to call the authorities, call the fucking police. If they didn't want to go to jail, they wouldn't be acting stupid. Go to jail. Do not collect $200. Go straight to jail. I don't care. Cause that's why that young man, that childish man, that's why he don't try me now on no crazy fuck shit like that. Cause the first time he did it, I didn't even have to press charges. The state or the city or whoever the fuck, the county pressed charges on his ass. And he can't have no violent contact with me. So he tried to play the manipulative court games from when the divorce went through and try to waive the divorce papers for the last few years in my face and then try to manipulate my kids to manipulate me through them. Because he know he can't come off and kick my door in no more. Hypothetically. That's why he be nice nasty with me now. Because he know if he do anything crazy, he's taking his bitch ass back to jail. So he have to try to manipulate situations or try to work around being able to actually physically scare me or physically harm me. And I don't condone violence. I don't condone any of that. And I'm not saying that I'm innocent in that situation. I stayed in that situation and I had my part to play. But when I tried to split amicably, the motherfucker wouldn't let go. He still refused to let go. No matter how much he tried to convince folks that he let go, he still ain't let go. So what I'm telling you is from what I've learned and from what I have begun to evolve out of through the last few years of reflection in my situation. And the whole intention of me starting these channels was to try to help somebody not make the same mistakes I did. So if it's a young girl, teenager, and you watching me, I want you to know that I'm talking from a place of experience. If you are an older person who has been in a marriage for 20 plus years and you just can't take it, I'm talking from a place of experience. I'm preparing you for whatever you may experience. I'm preparing you for the things that you could possibly encounter. And I'm trying to give you tools and resources to avoid that shit. And telling you how I fucked up so that you don't fuck up the same way and get yourself buried in the hole. Anyway, let me give y'all some advice. And if you're going through it at the same time I'm going through it, hopefully I'm giving you motivation. That's the whole point of this. Because I said when I started these channels, I don't want nobody to go through the shit that I've been through, because it was hell on wheels. It was hell on cocaine. He's Tyrone. I just thought about Dave Chappelle. That cocaine. Anyway, laugh, Pisces. What's the advice? Okay. The first card that came out is Black Pearl. Gluttony. He who is not contented with what he has would not be contented with what he would like to have. Okay? So listen. That's about what I talked about when it comes to how you need to take action. Rudraksha, Zen. Walk as if you're kissing the earth with your feet. Don't walk heavy, walk light. Pack light. If you don't get your act together, you might have to pack light. Morganite, love. If you love somebody, let them go. For if they return, they were always yours. If they don't, they never were. I don't believe that. If they return, they might want to fucking possess you. So sometimes people keep coming back because they keep wanting to use what you got. Yeah, I don't listen. Do what you want. Koyanor Diamond, mistake. Anyone who has never made a mistake has never tried anything new. Yeah. So nobody's perfect. Nobody's perfect. And I'm not telling you this I'm not telling you these things to make you guys look at my ex-husband or think of me in any higher of a light. That's not the point. Okay? If I wanted y'all to like me, I know how to make y'all like me. If I wanted y'all to like me, I would never tell you about myself. If I wanted y'all to feel sympathy for me, I wouldn't technically say the things in the way that I say them. But I fucked up too. I did things that I shouldn't have done to provoke the situation because I was playing that tit for tat game. But this is the thing. Spirit is telling you, you don't have to make up for no lost time. No time was lost. No love was lost. At the end of the day with this love card, even though they worded it kind of stupid, what I feel the advice is trying to tell you is that as long as you have love for yourself and love in your heart for the people around you, and you're doing what you're doing from a place of love genuinely, then you can walk light in your situation and feel the flow of the universe guiding you without needing to rush or feeling rushed, because you don't carry the weight of those quote unquote mistakes. Remember, we had the graduation card with karmic where it says lessons, but then the graduation card said lessons learned. These are lessons that you were going to have to learn regardless. It's karmic. It's a situation where this is your soul's process towards evolution so that you can ascend to a higher level of consciousness. And if you want to be able to ascend to that higher level of consciousness, not only do you have to forgive those who have done you wrong, but you also have to forgive yourself for quote unquote making the mistake. Yeah, I talk about the shit that nigga did, but at the end of the day, on a day-to-day basis, it does not affect me all day, every day and govern all of my decisions. It just don't. And sometimes, yes, because he won't let it the fuck go, I have to go ahead and remind him to go back in his hole. And not in a way where it's like mean. It's like, listen, dog, do you and I'll do me. Your shit is separate from my shit and my shit is separate from your shit. And it is what it is. I don't have nothing to do with what you're doing. I don't care what you're doing. I want you to live your best life, but I'm also going to live mine. And that's just it. So whatever it is that you need to do to get yourself out of that repetitive cyclic mindset where you feel like you got to do everything fast and make up for lost time that you think you lost, but you really didn't lose. Listen to me. Do that shit. I'm finna go. Y'all like and subscribe to continue to catch the vibe. If you gained something from this reading, please consider donating through the new Venmo that we have, the PayPal, or the Zelle information below. I really appreciate you guys. It really helps out. If you've already donated, thank you so much. If you want to book a personal reading, the link is below. We breaking curses over here. So if you're serious about it, you want to book a reading, it will be worth your while if you are open to receiving the messages. Get in the comments. Let me know if it resonates. Tell your fellow Pisces any advice that you have to help them motivate and keep going. Things that you've learned that could help them, that's beneficial. And don't feel bad if you can't donate. Just engage with the content, like the video, and subscribe. Stay subscribed because we gonna vibe. Okay, that's just what it is. I love y'all. Enjoy the rest of your day, Pisces. And remember, this is our circle, booze. Bye.